Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, Sunday the 25th of March. Have you put your clocks forward? If you haven't, don't forget to do it. It means you'll be an hour out if you haven't put your clocks forward. Your clocks need to go forward 1 hour, they did last night. Okay, thanks for watching the video once again. As always, this site's kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. So if you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It generates revenue for us and it shows the advertiser that you're interested in what we're doing. Okay, first up, just wanted to show you how rainfall looks during the course of this week. These are the total rainfall charts that you can get from the site. If you go to weather charts, and then down the left hand side here, if you click on GFS operational and EU total rain, then you find yourself with this chart. And this is one of the charts that I wanted to show you during the course of today, because what it shows you as we go through is how dominated by high pressure Europe is. Just look at this. High pressure staying in control of the weather across the UK and through much of Northern Europe during the next week. And as we move on, look, these are in 6-hour steps. See how the rainfall is across the northern parts of Europe, down through Scandinavia, into the east of Europe. That's the jet stream basically blowing through here. Some showers, yes, across the Mediterranean, some heavy thunderstorms developing across the Atlas Mountains in North Africa. But essentially, look, as we go through the sequence, look how dry it is. You'll notice that the jet eventually tries to get back west and does bring some outbreaks of rain into Poland and into the east of Germany. But for much of the UK, for France, and running into the Low Countries, essentially conditions are dry during the whole of the coming week. Now, that's how the rainfall ends up by the end of the week, and some thunderstorms and some outbreaks of rain developing across northern Spain. But just look at this dry area. So the conditions are forecast to stay dry through the UK. However, I don't think that's the complete story, because I do think we are going to be seeing a change underway as we get into the part of April. I'll try and show you some of my thinking behind this. This is the mean of the 500 millibar flow for the next 7 to 10 days. It's provided by PSU EDU, and what it shows is the ECMWF on the left here, the GFS on the right, and this is the period from next Sunday through to Wednesday the 4th of April. Now, both models look building a ridge out to the west of the British Isles and above normal height shown by these red colours. But there's the jet stream, look, coming in through Scotland, and it's this trough that I'm watching coming off the eastern coast of the States. It's on both sets of charts. I think that's going to have a disruptive influence on the pattern as it shifts its way eastwards during the period, and I think there will be a breakdown taking place. The problem we have at the moment is deciding exactly when that's going to happen, because it could be delayed into that first part of April. Originally I was thinking around the 1st of April, but I'm wondering now if that needs to be knocked on by a few days. But I do think the breakdown is going to come through. It could just be a bit of a hit and miss start to proceedings, and that idea is certainly backed up by the models. If we go to the the GFS ensemble, click on the rainfall here, you'll be able to see what I mean. So this is the forecast for midday today. High pressure look off towards the east of the UK. As we go through this in 12-hour steps, notice the time is up here, top right hand corner. So this is the position as we get into Tuesday. High pressure still in control, so still very warm conditions. There's Wednesday, high pressure still there. There's Thursday, and there is Friday, and notice how things just stay the same right the way through into the weekend. But what's interesting here is that the flow turns into the northwest. Now that means that cooler conditions are likely to be on their way during this period. So here's that northerly flow then coming down through the North Sea. Look, high pressure building off towards the west. Now then, as we get into the beginning of April, there's high pressure, look, still dominating things, but just watch what happens. This is the breakdown taking place. This is the 3rd. Into the 4th, look, we've got this westerly flow coming through the country. That is a much more unsettled flow. Notice the rain still focused across Scotland and also Northern Ireland. And then we stay in that westerly flow for a while, but look, high pressure still to the south, but the jet stream by then is flowing through here. Let me just bring up the jet streams chart for you for the 6th of April. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So the jet stream comes southwards and is flowing through the country by the 6th of April as a straight westerly. There we go, look. There it is, coming across the Atlantic, that westerly flow, hinting that conditions are going to be getting cooler and more unsettled. Although I'm not convinced there will be lots of rain in the south, but I think certainly it should be enough to help out with the problems that we've been experiencing over the last few weeks. So what does the CFS do? Well, this is how the CFS shows things. If we go to CFS long range, and if we take a look at the city forecast, we'll bring up Manchester, and you'll know that for the last few days it's been making things cooler in the beginning part of April, and here it is. Look, here's the mild conditions of the next few days. Those red maximum temperatures look hitting 16 plus, but then this is the start of April. Look at this cool snap that comes through the middle of April before things starting warming up towards the end of the month, and that's the way that I think things are going to be going. Now, if we look at the 500 millibar anomaly forecasts, this is for week 1, so that takes us through to the 30th of April. This is for week 2, again from the CFS. Now, you do have to turn your heads around, unfortunately, to look at the chart like this on these, but I'm going to try and work on these myself, so you'll actually have a version of this on the website. But let's just take a look at how things look. This is week 2, that is week 1, sorry, and look, there's the area of high pressure over the top of us. Here's week 2 taking us through to the 6th of April. Still, look, pressure is high, but it's getting pushed away to the south. Low pressure across Scandinavia. Here's the jet stream coming in across northern parts of the country, and then into week 3 and week 4. This is week 3. So this takes us from the 7th of April to the 13th of April, and just look, the high shifted out to the Atlantic. Low pressure off towards the west. This is a trough, so we get a southerly flow, so it will be warm. It's probably not going to be drastically unsettled, but then look, in week 4, 14th to the 20th of April, the trough is well and truly in. High pressure up to the north, low pressure down over Europe, and this here is an easterly flow that develops across the country, so I think the south will be in much wetter conditions by then. So I still think that things are going to be turning more unsettled as we get into April, a cooler month too. I'm just hoping that the growing season doesn't get itself too far in advance of where it should be by the time this cooler weather comes in. So thanks for watching, keep the sun shining, and that's all for now.